Hey everyone, I have some bittersweet news to share with you all. I was recently notified that my offer for a GT3RS was accepted. So I'm extremely happy about that, extremely grateful. My dealership is getting 3 of these for 2024, and they got a handful for 2023, so really excited about the opportunity. One element of it is a little bittersweet. Part of the offer was to trade in and pre-trade my GT3 that you all have saw already. I spent a lot of time obsessing over the details of that car, making sure it was exactly what I wanted. The chalk exterior, dark satin wheels, yellow ceramic brakes, bucket seats, stick shift. So I want to do the same for the GT3RS, but this time I figured to let you all into my head a little bit and go through a configuration so that you could all input your thoughts on the color, wheel options, some of the options I'm selecting, maybe that you would choose or would not choose. So let's get started, and I'm curious to know all of your thoughts. Appreciate it. All right, build your Porsche GT3RS. Here we go. So I'm going to skip the color and the wheels and go to some of the finer details first, as some of those accents will impact the color. It's kind of a cohesive and going to be a dynamic experience, but let's try to get through this pretty quickly and then see where we end up on the colors. So, okay, skipping the wheels, here we are. So interior. I know I'm going to go with the deviated stitching for the Y-sock package. So I'm going to click this just to start. It's going to add $38,250. So I will accept that change. And let's move on. I'm going to stick with the bucket seats. I feel like this is a GT3RS. That's the way to go. I had them in my GT3. I love them. 3D printed body form. I think this could look good, but I'm going to skip it. I like how the seats look as they are. I'm also familiar with the GT3 seats. With these body form inserts, you have to choose soft, medium, hard, and I'm kind of a creature of habit a little bit. I know what I know, and I don't know which one would be the best for me comfort-wise, so I'm going to skip it because I also like the way the normal seats look. Already selected the Y-sock package given the exposed carbon fiber. Exterior packages, accent. I'm going to keep this black for now because I think it'll tie in with the color depending on what we choose. Exterior. All right. Carbon, we get that already with the Y-sock. Underdoor lights. I rarely drive at night, so I'm going to skip this option. Don't think it's necessary. And go to exterior decals. PPF. When the car arrives back in the United States, I'm going to have my local dealership do a full PPF in ceramic. They use a very credible local shop for that I trust, so going to have that done through them. Some of these I'm going to skip. I'm going to keep the designation on the back and the GT3RS on the side. I'm going to keep this for now. Some colors it may look good, some it might not, so maybe we'll take it off. Performance. Living in the Northeast in the United States, front axle lift I think is pretty much a must, whether it's for various speed bumps, people's driveways, or what have you. Ceramic brakes. This isn't going to be a dedicated track car. Even if I track it once or twice, ceramic brakes will be fine. If it was a dedicated track car, I'd personally lean towards the steels, but I'm going to do the ceramics. Extended range fuel tank, so I don't have to stop for gas as often. And 7-speed PDK. So obviously you can't get a stick shift in this car, so I'm going with the PDK. All right, lights and vision. So as you already heard, I don't drive too much at night, but I'm going to go for the LED headlights in black. So black out the casing and have the Porsche dynamic light system. So as I turn the wheel, the lights will turn as well. I don't need anything more fancy than this, the $4,000 option. Like I said, I'm not driving at night all the time. I think this is going to be more than sufficient. Exclusive design taillight. This will essentially smoke out the taillights on the back. I think this will be a very cool look for any color I get, unless I was getting guards red or something red. So we'll keep that option in there. Auto dimming mirrors and integrated rain sensing. For the odd chance I get stuck in the rain, it's happened to me a few times with the GT3. I'll get the rain sensors. All right, interior. So because I got the Y-sock, it includes the GT Silver deviated stitching, but having it extended and in a color of my choosing. Since the car already has yellow accents on the inside, The GT3RS logo, the top of the gear shift where it tells you park, drive, etc. is yellow. The needle is yellow. There's yellow going through the inside of the car similar to my GT3, and I thought yellow was a great color to have inside for that. So I'm going to go racing yellow again, knowing that seatbelts are only offered in racing yellow, not speed yellow. So that's why I'm choosing racing yellow. And also to go with the yellow calipers of the ceramics. Okay, I'm going to skip this. Deviated leather, we already clicked the racing yellow. Seatbelts, I already alluded. I am going to go with yellow. Accept that, click yellow. So I did choose on the GT3 to change the steering wheel and the gear shifter to leather, mostly for wear and tear purposes. I figured it would hold better, but realizing that I had a few thousand miles on the car when I sold it because I typically drive them on the weekends when I have time, I'm going to stick with Alcantara on this one. Get a different feel, change it up. So I am not going to select that option. Interior, some of these accessories, I'm going to skip these for now. They're not as important. I'll keep, the door sill is already carbon fiber. It's just not going to be illuminated, so I'll probably stick with the standard for that. Fire extinguisher, I cannot choose because I'm doing European delivery, so we're going to skip that. And the dial colors. So for me, I'm happy with the dials the way they are. Having the needle yellow already is enough for me. I feel like putting the white, the yellow looks good, especially when you have yellow throughout the entire car, but I'm going to skip it. I think it looks better, simpler for me. Some choose to have the yellow there as well, which I also think looks good, but it's just not my style. All right, assistance package. I rarely will parallel park this car, but I'll put that in there. Smoking package. I don't smoke, but you get the free cup here. Maybe the future owner, if I ever trade this in the future, will appreciate that. Throw it in the glove box. Audio and communication. I'm going to remove the antenna for the satellite radio and add the Bose system. All right, so far we're up to 304. Also, I mentioned I am going to do European delivery. Leipzig, you get to track the car. I'm probably saying that incorrectly, but so excuse me for that, but more on the countryside in Germany. Now let's go back up to the colors. So before we choose the color, paint to sample, I'm going to show you some colors that I found on the internet that I like. So here I found a post on Twitter from Porsche Club showing a NATO Olive GT3RS. This was GT4RS, excuse me, showing the exposed carbon against the NATO Olive with the neodyme colored wheels. I think this looks absolutely amazing. Obviously, this was a special wishes car, which is sold out for 2024, so I don't have the option to do some of these special features, so I'm going to have to stick with the black interior. But this color just looks amazing. So here's a good image of seeing the contrast with the carbon and the wheels. Okay, let's go to the next color is jet green. Jet green metallic, sorry, mixing that up here. This doesn't have the Weissach package, but it's a very nice color. Looks great in the sun. Looks good against the neodyme wheels. I'm just not sure if this color is a color for as sporty of a car as the GT3RS. But I do love the color. Okay, another one, Fjord Green. This is Miguel's car that PTSRS posted. Here you could also see this is a nice shade of a green-blue, obviously with the alloy wheels standard against the carbon. This also looks really nice. Okay, acid green. This is a color I think that fits for this car. It's loud enough, but not fitting, if that makes sense. I see a lot of not Jeep Cherokees, but Jeep Compasses in this color. Kia has some electric cars in this color. BMW offers some cars in a similar color. So for those reasons, I'm a little more leaning against this, only because it's becoming more of a mainstream color that's making its way to other brands. But it is a nice color. And then the last color that I have on my short list is Viola Metallic. So here you can see in the light, it looks like a brilliant shade of purple. But as you move towards the shade, it looks a little darker. So here you can see the dark towards the rear, brighter in the front. Very nice color as well. I think this would also work with neodyme wheels. Curious your thoughts. But I think of these, I'm leaning mostly towards the NATO Olive. I think it's different enough, and also it just works. So let me click the NATO Olive here. As you can see, the configurator looks much different than the actual color. Here you can see also these samples that I saw at the dealership. That makes it, the pictures are more representative of what it really looks like in person. And I'm leaning towards keeping the neodyme wheels. I think it gives it enough contrast, makes it a little different with the yellow, which will match the seat belts and the interior. So curious your thoughts. I'm going to confirm this. I think some other wheels that would work would be the dark silver. So obviously this looks pretty good. You kind of get that blend from the car, all the dark accents with the dark. And let's also try black. I think black loses the wheels a little too much. So for me, it's between the dark silver here or the neodyme. Let me know your thoughts. Super appreciative and grateful that I was able to get one of these allocations. I'm excited for the car to arrive in the United States at the end of the summer. I have a May build slot, as I may have mentioned, I'm not sure. So European delivery, hopefully midsummer, and have the car here to enjoy for the rest of the summer and the fall. So let me know your thoughts. What colors would you choose? Comment below. Let me know if there's any options I may have left off that you would consider. But ultimately, I think we have a lot of good options. I don't think you can make this car look bad. Every color I've looked at looks amazing on this car. So one more time just to scroll through the pictures. I'll actually change the background here. This is with the dark satin. Car looks great. And then let's change it to the neodyme again. All right. So that's the build that I'm thinking of. Please let me know your thoughts. And I look forward to showing you the car when I actually get to pick it up in Germany. Look forward to seeing you then.